Elimination race, and it's time for coverage of the NASRA Sim Racer Hub Truck Series. You're looking live at the virtual Rockingham Speedway, The Rock. And again, 20 drivers are going to be narrowed down to the 14 best in the continuation of Season 2 of the NASRA Sim Racer Hub Truck Series playoffs tonight. We're at The Rock, the Rockingham Speedway. Good evening. Welcome to coverage of NASRA on this Monday evening. I'm Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is William Tiller. Cody Nod is in the production chair. And we chatted about this off air, William. There is such a tight battle in the championship hunt. Obviously, 6 drivers are going to be eliminated, but honestly, if you think about it, there is anybody still within 12th to 20th could still fight to get into those final playoff spots.
Oh, absolutely, Wesley, and it's a joy to be here on this wonderful Monday night. This playoff elimination race doesn't get any better than this, especially coming off of Bristol. Last week, we saw Adam Newton become one of our first championship drivers locked into that Fast 14. But as you mentioned, Wesley, we're going to eliminate 6, but there's about 6 drivers that are up for that last spot. Tonight is the night. There are no more races for some of these guys if you want to continue in that championship hunt.
We welcome you to the NRE Power Systems 200 here at the virtual Rockingham Speedway in Rockingham, North Carolina. Here's a look at your stage information. Stage 1 is going to go to lap 50. Stage 2, presented by Glass Mechanic, will go to lap 110. And then, of course, a 90-lap run to the checkered flag here tonight. 4 sets of tires, fuel capacity at 100%, 3 attempts at a green-white checker if need be. And I will say this as well. Daytime conditions, abrasive racetrack Rockingham is. Oof. We're going to see a pretty exciting race, William. You got to save your tires. You got to know when you need to pit to get new tires as well.
Oh, this is going to be an absolutely scrappy race, and for folks that it's their first time turning into a NASRA race, there are no fast repairs. So for some of these drivers, their seasons can be done here in this first stage, because I feel like, Wesley, at the drop of the green flag, it's going to get scrappy, it's going to get rough, but let's see who will kick off here at the drop of the green flag.
Let's give you the starting lineup here at The Rock. Joey Stiers and Adam Newton making up row number 1. Row 2, Brian Chew and Brady LaBeouf from Louisiana. Row 3, James Morris and Justin White. Row 4, Blake Lothian, Hunter Parsons from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tyler Daniels and Osborne. Tyler, your top 10 here at Rock.
In the 11th position, we have Chris Blanchard. Jeffrey Johnson Jr. will start next to him. Joey Doucette, the Joker, in the 16th. In the 13th spot, we have Tyler Detmer, who has to win here tonight to move on. Nathan Maurer will start in that 15th spot. Kerry Tribune, 16th. Jose Luis Rivera in that 20th. 17th. Jacob Klinkart, 18th. Tim Hammond, 19th. And Lance Miller is our top 20.
Yeah, roaming out of row 11, Jason Morales and Brandon Bullock. Row 11, row 12 will find Hartwick and Broadfoot. Row 13, Barnett and Meza. Row 14, Kynes. And, of course, TJ Moore is the race director. 28 drivers, 27 to be exact, actually. Getting ready to get in position here for the NRE Power Systems 200 at The Rock. Just shy of over a mile. This is going to be a good race. Again, as we mentioned, this is the elimination race in the Fast 20, the Sweet 20. Will be eliminated. 14 drivers will move on to the next round. All of this happening here as I'll make another lap around the racetrack before we get ready to turn them loose. William, what's the mindset these guys have right now, knowing that if you're on the outside looking in, and what I mean by that is 15th to 20th, you are going to do any and everything you can to put yourself in the opportunity spot to advance to the next round. I don't even know if it's per se look for a win. It's just be consistent, get your stage points, add that into the playoffs, and try to be there to accumulate as many points as you can to make it to the Fast 14.
Yeah, absolutely, Wesley. I think you just touched on it there. Those stage points, You want to segment this race. You want to take those first 50. You want to move on to the next 60. Then move on to the end of the race and see where those chips fall. You just want to take this race at a slow pace. You don't want to push it too hard, too quick, or you get pushed out of this race and your championship hopes are dashed. But we're about to find out what's going to happen, Wesley, as the pace truck's going to pull off of the top of the grid.
Ready to see how things shake down. Getting ready for stage 1, the final race in the playoffs in the round of 20. 20 will become 14 in the run to the championship. The green flag flies. The NRE Power Systems 200 underway at the Rockingham Virtual, North Carolina. Joey Stiers, he'll get the whole shot. He'll pull away from the field, William, as they work the back straight away.
Joey Stiers down that backstretch. Brian Chu clears for a second. Adam Newton right there in that third spot. That DSR electric machine has been electric the past few weeks. But our first lap here at the Rock belongs to Joey Stiers as he takes us into 1.
Joey Stiers will lead the opening go. Brian Chu in tow, followed by Newton to third. Top 3, top 4, top 5, top 6, all single file. That conga line works their way into turn number 3.
Brian Chu in that 51 machine keeps looking for that opportunity to the inside. As mentioned, folks, this is an elimination race. 6 drivers will be cut at the end, but still Joey Stiers leads the way, Wesley. But that 51 machine is coming as we come off of 2.
All that's happening now as they work their way again back off the corner. Ooh, look out there, Brian Chu. Just a little slip, just a moment. They'll hold it together. We'll stay under that green flag, and Stiers now pulls away from Chu. All this going on a moment ago as here comes Brady LaBeouf looking on the outside in 1.
Yeah, already heating up here inside that top 4. Guys just pressing these trucks early. Brady LaBeouf on the back bumper of Adam Newton, who's had quite the run, whether it's in our Monday night series or Friday night series. Brady LaBeouf looks to the outside. Let's see if he can build this momentum. Wesley, a bold move early on into 1.
Bold move indeed as they go back into the corner. It is Joey Stiers, still the man in the top spot, followed by those drivers going at it for position down into the corner. LaBeouf now under attack. This is with Parsons as they work their way out of 4.
Stiers still the race leader. Brady LaBeouf moving up here. The boss man in that 24 machine. Fresh off a win at Talladega a few weeks ago. That 24 machine's feeling that momentum. Can he win here today at an old track? Let's see. Feeling good inside that podium. 6 laps in.
6 laps into this race now, and Joey Stiers still the man in that top spot. He is the man leading the way right now here in stage number 1. They'll go all the way, by the way, to lap number 50. Lap 50 the distance. And all the while, Stiers, Chu, LaBeouf, Newton, Parsons, top 5. Everyone is all single file, just riding the rock in the opening going.
Yeah, you're seeing them just settling into this pace early on here down this front stretch. Top 10, get those bonus points. Still a long way to go here in the stage. You're starting to see that fire starting to just settle out just a little bit, Wesley, as the field's starting to fan out.
Wesley, William, I'm going to reset something. I'll be right back.
As right now we see a battle brewing up on the racetrack. That's the 47 machine to the inside there, and you see it just working that position. That's James D. Morris trying to get around the 15 machine of Hunter Parsons. James D. Morris, he's moving up the grid as well. He's in that 6th spot inside that top 10 here on lap 9. Behind him, he has Justin White in that 2. He's trying to find a good spot here. That 2 machine, he's comfortable in the points. He just wants to move through. There are a bunch of drivers, though, on that cut line. And you see right now, he's trying to move inside the top 5 here in this stage. It's going to be apparent to get bonus points here. As right now, this battle rages on just inside the top 10. Justin White keeps looking to the inside of the 47 machine of James Morris. Down the front stretch here as we make it lap 11 into 1 and 2. 50 laps here in stage number 1. We're going to eliminate 6 drivers here in this race. Make it the Fast 14 after this, after 23 plus weeks of driving. As right now, Wesley, we're coming off of for this battle for the 6th position. Still rages on as the 47 brushes the wall.
Yeah, all of this going on again. I was making an audio adjustment. I think I might have fixed it possibly, as I had settings done differently on my mixer board to my computer. So that might have been where the audio issues was coming from earlier. But nonetheless, the 47. There's Morris. He's right there with Parsons in tow. This is going on outside the top 5. Still a lot of racing left to go. We're right now quickly on lap 13 when they come to the line here in stage 1 at the Rock, William.
Wesley, we know it's a playoff race. We know it's the Rock. Do you think there's any extra anxiety with it being an elimination race with all of the racing we've done this season? Gosh, me and you have called almost 23 plus weeks of racing here in the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series. For some of these guys, this is it. This is your championship race here at the Rock.
Well, I will tell you this. If you're on the outside looking in behind 15th on back, then absolutely there's pressure. If you're somebody that's in the top 10 right now, I would say be conservative, run your race, don't do anything crazy. But if you're in the top 5, you know you're advancing to the next round. There's a no mathematical shot that you're going to get eliminated if you are guys that are in the top 5 of the points. And I think of guys like Newton, Parsons, Doucette, Tribune, Stires even, who's leading this race. Now, do you want to win the race and advance on? Yes, you do. But in my comfort zone thinking of this, William, if you're 6th on back, you're under pressure. If you're 10th on back, you better have a flawless race. And if you are 15th on back, you need to get to the front in the points. Get as many points as you can, as many positions as you can, to not put yourself in a position of being locked out of a championship.
Absolutely. And a prime example of that would be the 34 machine of Tyler Dittmer, our regular season champion, currently in 12th. He's up 2 spots from the drop of the green flag. Wesley, not only does he need to move through this field here in stage number 1, get these bonus points, he needs to win these stages and possibly win the race. Winning the race would get him in there, Wesley, but he needs to do as much as he can if that isn't enough at the end of this race.
Kind of watching all of this again continue right now as it is still Joey Stires the leader. Stires is the man in that top spot. He is the leader. Brady LaBeouf is in 2nd. Sitting in 3rd is Brian Chu. Adam Newton, Hunter Parsons, currently right now the top 5. That's the way it is right now. As you have James Morris 6th, Kerry Tribune 7th, Justin White is in 8th, 9th is Nate Maurer, Joey Doucette currently your top 10. That's the way it stands right now as we are approaching lap number 20. Next time by as the leaders again work off the corner.
And what I'm noticing so far, Wesley, as we're creeping up towards the halfway stage here in stage number 1, Joey Stires, we've seen this type of race from him before. Very calm at the top side of the grid, just hitting those lines. But it's a very long race, Wesley. In tonight's race, 50 laps in stage 1 and then around 60 in stage 2. These guys are going to experiment here in this stage. You're going to try different lines out, especially at Rockingham. You want to find the best groove, especially as these tires begin to wear at the end of the stage. Joey Stires takes us off a 2 here down the backstretch. So you take all this information, you learn what you can for that stage 2 race. And for Joey Stires, I think he's just a mad scientist up here, Wesley, just soaking in as much as he can.
Yeah, right now, just looking at Stires continuing to be the man leading the way in that number 23, obviously. And I will say this, if you can be able to, get a win, and I just mentioned that, if you're able to get a win, put yourself into the next round of the playoffs, absolutely. But consistency right now, working good for Stires. As I mentioned, he's 5th in the points. Brady LaBeouf right now, the number 8 seed right behind him. All these guys just kind of being consistent with one another on the racetrack, 1st and 2nd. And mind you, There's still a long way to go in this race, William Tiller. Still a long way to go.
Oh yeah, there is an absolute eternity into this race, but don't tell that to Joey Stires or Brady LaBeouf, as Brady LaBeouf is on that back bumper here on the front stretch. The boss man is feeling that Bayou energy here tonight. He was sniffing on that back bumper. Joey Stires, though, gets on the gas down the back stretch. His battle for the lead, though, Wesley rages on into 3 and 4.
Right now, again, Stires up the hill at the top of the safer barrier as they work their way again off the corner out of turn number 4. Back to the line. It's now going to be 175 laps to go. We're midway through here in stage number 1. And it's Stires, still the leader. He's the man out in front right now as they work their way to the backstretch going to turn 3. William, I'm going to cut everything off and I'll cut it back on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, he might not have the lead for long, though, as Joey Stires under fire from the boss man, Brady LaBeouf, who overshoots that corner just a little bit. He's going to lose so much momentum, though, on that exit. You saw that nose wiggle just at the bottom of the racetrack. Going to lose that speed he had built up there, putting so much pressure on the 23 machine of Joey Stires. But Joey will take us into 3 and 4. Here comes that 24 machine again, though. Brady LaBeouf, he has found some flight in those Goodyear Eagles flying here in stage number 1. You wonder if that clean air maybe affected that 23 machine there in that run. Right now, the 24 machine of Brady LaBeouf is on that back bumper coming off of 2 down the back stretch here as we count down the laps in stage number 1 of an elimination race up the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series playoffs. Brady LaBeouf going to go to the outside, going to go high side on the corner now, right on that back bumper. Going to look to the inside here, down the backstretch, battle for the lead into 1 and 2. Brady LaBeouf has found some speed. He'll drop down to the low side of the racetrack. Adam Newton there as well in the 82. If the 82 can get on the back bumper and push the 24 along, they'll have something. As the 23 machine, though, he's going to lose some speed, as now they'll go both top side. Adam Newton will go low side. He'll keep the 24 high side on the racetrack. Adam Newton now in the mix for the battle for the stage here on lap 28. Into 1 and 2. Joey Stires, though, high side of the racetrack there with Brady LaBeouf. Adam Newton on the low side in the 82. Adam Newton, he is on fire here in this series. Bunch of wins. He was our first driver locked into the Fast 14, trying to go back to back as he is still forcing that 24 machine to the top side of the racetrack with 21 laps to go here in stage number 1. Our top 3 are racing it down like it is the last lap of the stage. Adam Newton again going to stay low here down the backstretch here into 3 and 4. And forces the 24 machine with a big checkup. Gonna keep him up there on the racetrack. The 82 machine knows exactly what he's doing here at the Rock, keeping that thing locked on the low side. Again, gonna stay down there, gonna keep the 24 up there. Gonna see if he can pull off the same move to the 23. He's gonna clear the 24 machine off of 2 here into 3 and 4. Joey Stires now getting around a lap truck here. That's a good clear of that 29, getting around there. But Adam Newton will take advantage of that as he puts the nose right there to the fender of Joey Stires. As here comes Hunter Parsons. Where did he come from? Oh no, as Joey Stires tries to come down to the racetrack to block the 82 machine. They're side by side now. Battle for the lead down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Adam Newton, that DSR electric machine, is trying to keep Joey Stires out of victory lane here tonight. Go back to back as Adam Newton leads the first lap here for that 82 into 1 and 2. Back to the lead where he left off last week here in this series. Our race leader down the backstretch, and here comes Hunter Parsons, a brand new top 2 on the racetrack. These guys must not know how many laps are in this stage because they are battling for these stage positions like it's the last lap, as now Hunter Parsons keeps trying to force that nose to the inside of the 82 machine of Adam Newton here as they both go low into 1 and 2. Down the backstretch here, Adam Newton is battling it out. Brady LaBeouf, Joey Stires side by side. Wesley, these guys keep jockeying for top 5 spots with a bunch of laps to go here in stage number 1.
Okay, so I made some adjustments. Hopefully that fixed the problem right now as the leaders work their way again off of the corner back to the line. It is Adam Newton, now the new driver, up in front in that number 82. Parsons in the second spot. Joey Stiers, man, since I left, he's fell all the way back to third, and we're closing in on 15 laps to go here, William, in stage one. NRE Power Systems 200 at the Rock.
Yeah, Hunter Parsons with a huge run, though. You talked about the 23 machine of Joey Stiers dropping back. Hunter Parsons is up 6 spots since the drop of the green flag. The 15 machine looks like he's got something to prove here tonight in this race as they head down the backstretch. 15 locked on the back bumper of the 82. We might be looking at a new leader here if the 82 machine of Adam Newton better watch out.
Remember, you got a guy like Adam Newton who currently is in the front spot, and if you want to be honest, he's the guy that's leading the point standings. Of course, 2 wins, 5 top 5s, 6 top 10s on the year, 3 points over Hunter Parsons, but that's that driver. William, you mentioned Hunter Parsons right now up to second. He's also second behind Newton. The battle for the championship, 1 and 2. The battle for 1 and 2 at the Rock off turn 4 in stage 1.
Yeah, this is that energy thing you talked about, Wesley. These are 2 drivers that know they're locked in that top 14. They're good to go on points. Of course, Adam Newton's good to go on that win from last week. But both these drivers, you can't tell them that. They're both racing for checkers here tonight. They want to get some more wins underneath their belts. They want to keep this mojo rocking. They don't care that they're locked in the next round. They just want to get another win in that column. As again, Adam Newton takes us across the start-finish line into 1 and 2. They're starting to separate from the rest of the field.
Well, this going on again as they work their way back into the corner. In the corner number 1 and 2. Backstretch, Newton. Leader. How long though? Parsons in the corner as they work off the corner out of turn number 4 to the line. Closing in on the final 10 laps in stage number 1. It is Adam Newton, the leader. Parsons, though, lurking right there on him as they work the back straightaway.
What a stage this would be for the 82 machine. The DSR electric machine has to put the lights on, though, here in 3 and 4, because here comes Hunter Parsons to block his light out here. Coming off of 4, the 15 just has to keep that nose to the low side. Not going to work as Toyota got the best marketing shot they could there as those front grills looked excellent here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network as Adam Newton takes us down the backstretch to 3 and 4. Looks like, though, Wesley, the 15 has lost some speed.
It is Newton, the leader. Question is now Parsons lurking in that Toyota. A couple of Toyotas battling for that top spot. Here comes Brady LaBeouf to third, but he's about a second and a half behind these guys, working their way. Lap traffic in front of them as they walk off that second turn.
Hunter Parsons now trying to work around a lap truck there. That's the 17 machine. Brandon Bullock, whose night has just gone south here, 42 laps in. Second place truck of the 15 will make quick work of that, though. That's going to create some separation, though, as Adam Newton now with 9 laps to go here in this stage needs this gap, Wesley, to get the job done as they come off at 2.
Down the back straightaway again, still Adam Newton, the leader. He is in front. There is Parsons right there in second spot. You've got LaBeouf in third. They are 1, 2, and 3 on the racetrack. Laps winding down here in stage number 1. NRE Power Systems 200 at the Rock, and all the while it is Newton still continuing to be the man in the top spot. Parsons lurking as they go into turn 3.
And whatever turn of events for this season, of course, Adam Newton came on strong to put some pressure on our regular season champion of Tyler Dittmer, but the 82 machine just found some confidence there at the tail end of that, and then comes into these playoff races, of course, wins, locks himself into the next round. Now here in this race, Wesley is picking up where he left off. Our race leader here on lap 45, Hunter Parsons on that 15. You talked about him as well. Big run, though. Caution flag is out. Was that the 82 machine of Adam Newton? No, it looks like just a single truck spun out. There's our race leader there. Similar paint job that had me sweating up here in the booth, Wesley.
So the caution out, first time tonight. presented by Servpro. Hey, listen, we're having some audio issues. We're going to try to troubleshoot it, figure it out. We're going to go to a break. As we're under caution, we're back with more from The Rock as we're approaching the end of stage number 1. I'm thinking this will probably be the end of stage number 1, and Adam Newton will be the guy that takes it. We'll be back with more from The Rock in just a moment. Welcome back to The Rock. Our coverage of the NASRA Sim Racer Hub Truck Series. Hopefully, the adjustments we made are better. All I'm going to say, damn Discord and their updates. That's all I'm going to say. William, it looks like they're going to try to at least get a restart here before the end of stage number 1, and we might have one lap remaining here in stage 1 here at The Rock as we come back to green flag.
Let's check it out as Adam Newton will take the drop of the green flag into 1 and 2. Brady LeBuff will take Joey Stires on the outside of the racetrack. Up there as well, Hunter Parsons on the low side. He'll stay comfortable though as he feels the pressure from Brady LeBuff on the top side.
They're saying they can hear it over the headset.
Adam Newton goes into 3 and 4 as our race leader. We'll wait and see here, Wesley, as we come off of 4, if the stage ends and who will be locked inside that top 10.
Well, it looks like Adam Newton's going to come to the line. He will be the winner of stage number 1, and they will take the yellow flag if that was their intention. The
Rocking and
caution
rolling.
should come out, but I think actually it's like I said before the caution came out there, William, that stage one will go to Adam Newton. We're going all the way to lap 110 now in stage number 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic. It is Adam Newton off 4.
Whoa, as I just watched the 23 machine of Joey Stires, he's in a hornet's nest back here. Wesley, I just saw him throw a huge block on the 15 machine of Hunter Parsons, who's now under fire from the 7 machine of Kerry Tribute, who looked to the outside here down the backstretch just as we're all the moving and shaking's taking place just inside of this top 10 as just about everybody elected to head down pit road.
And the leaders work their way again off the corner out of turn number 4. Adam Newton still the man of that top spot. He leads the way. Brady LaBeouf now to the second spot. Hunter Parsons, you're looking at him right now on the monitor. He is currently in 5th. Right now, everybody, single file. He's trying to run down the Kerry Tribune machine into 3 as well as they walk off 4.
Watching this race coming off of 4 here, lap 53. We're going to go to lap 110 here in stage number 2 to give the drivers an opportunity to push that marker just a little bit more. They almost got to it there as that stage ended under caution. They didn't get a real stage window, but they will get one here in stage number 2 as Hunter Parsons has been locked inside of that top 5 all night long. He's feeling the heat, though. Here comes James D. Morris in that 47 as we're down the front stretch here in the 1.
There's Morris now right there in that spot as they work their way again back up the bank. And here comes Morris and his 47 machine now down the back straightaway. Adam Newton, the leader. LaBeouf, Stires, Tribune, Parsons, top 5 inside. Parsons hit that rumble strip, if you will, just a little bit on that abrasive track at the Rock, and it allows everybody to swallow him up from 6th on back as they work back into 1.
Working back into 1 here. Adam Newton still our race leader. James Morris up there in the 47. Kerry Tribute, Hunter Parsons, Joey Doucette. We also see Jacob Klinkart in the 1, Wesley. He's been on quite the tear lately. Steve Barnett and Brian Chu will be our top 10. As we watch him come off the corner, we're already starting to feel the chippiness early on here in stage number 2.
All this going on now to lap number 110. 110 laps will be the distance here in stage number 2. It's presented by the Glass Mechanic. And right now here at the NRE Power Systems, 200, just about 1/4 of the way through, 56 laps in. Here comes Parsons now working behind him. Whoa, look out, slip up. Hold on there. That's Meg Ronigal. And Klinkart with a problem as well, and we will stay green. That's Jacob Klinkart, actually. Usually in truck 1, he's in truck 5. He lost a little bit of momentum, and he keeps on going. We'll stay green.
And Wesley, I was just about to mention that 5 machine, one of those drivers on the outside looking in, had a great run going on so far. It was just inside that top 10 here in stage number 2, so could have continued that momentum. Now has a lot of work to do to get inside that top 14. But we'll check back up here at the top side of the grid as Brady LaBeouf as our race leader. The boss man, though, holding off the DSR electric machine. The human thunderbolt right now coming off of Ford, trying to put some pressure on the 24 as we come off of that front stretch into 1.
Getting ready to put 60 laps on the board here. And again, this will go to lap number 110 in stage number 2. It's LaBeouf now the leader. How about that NRE Power Systems machine here at the NRE Power Systems 200? The 24 Chevrolet leads the way as they work off turn 4.
And Brady LaBeouf was one of those championship 6 last season. Came just short of winning his own championship. Wesley, this season, it looks like the same 24 that we saw last season. The same results, the same just consistency week after week now here in these playoffs, leading this race, coming off of 4, trying to lock himself in to the top 14 as they come across the line into 1.
So it's Brady LaBeouf now the leader, but here comes now some company. It is going to be Newton back on the bottom.
Newton's right behind that 24 machine as he keeps looking here in the corner. He wants to get back up to the top side of the grid as he got the stage win there. As we ended that, now he wants to get back up there. As Brady LaBeouf's doing a great job of blocking. You wonder, though, here in a longer stage, if using up your equipment's going to be the beneficial way to get another stage victory. See, Adam Newton keeps sneaking up there. Doesn't press it too hard right now, though, is looking to get it done as Brady LaBeouf makes contact there with the topside wall. The 82 machine of Adam Newton now looks to the inside into 1 and 2 are stage number 1 winner, trying to get back up there as he's just going to go away right by the 24 machine. Adam Newton back up to the top in that DSR electric machine, looking like a light in a snowstorm. He shines off of 4. Adam Newton, our race leader, across the line. Joey Stires now looks to the inside of Brady LaBeouf. Brady LaBeouf, he is under fire now after losing that lead as Kerry Tribune will look to the inside of the 24 as Brady LaBeouf's going to go from first to fourth in less than a half a lap here on lap 65 as Adam Newton comes off of 4 as our race leader. There's excellent shot here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Look through the grid right now as he's clear at the top. Nathan Maurer currently is in that 10th spot. Steve Barnett, Joey Doucette, and I'm looking at some names that need these finishes. Steve Barnett up 17 spots from the drop of the green flag, that 42 machine. We look right there. He's currently in 21st in the playoff standings. So he needs a win here tonight and probably some help as a full-time driver. He could get it done with a win. Moving in the right direction so far, right there in 8th, pretty clean. Needs a win to move it through. Some of these guys this seasons are still alive. This is an elimination race here in the simracerhub.com truck series. We look at other names right there. Tyler Dittmer, he had a rough stage, number 1. Brandon Broadfoot, Jose Luis Rivera, Justin White, Jacob Klinkert. All these names need to move through. They need great runs here tonight. Some of them need victories to move through. As my colleague Wesley Allen talked about to start off this broadcast, mere points separate some of these drivers here in this race. As we check out Brennan Broadfoot's truck in that 22 machine. And, you know, folks, if you're watching along with us here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network, I know he's he's not a fan of the New Orleans Saints. I believe he has to rock this paint scheme as a loss to a bet here tonight. I got to say, it's a pretty clean Saints paint scheme there with the gold and black. Didn't treat me well yesterday with that giving up a 17-point lead to the Green Bay Packers, but definitely looking good on the 22 machine here tonight of Brandon Broadfoot, who currently finds himself in that 19th position. He needs to do okay here tonight. He's currently just 1 spot above that cut line. Needs some points. And needs to make sure he can lock himself in, as right now he's moving in that right direction, trying to get around the 37 machine of Raul Meza here. As we come off of 4 here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. We jump back up to the top side of the grid. Still Adam Newton leading the way here on lap 71. We're going to take it down to lap 110 here in stage number 2. As you see Joey Stires there in that 2nd position. Kerry Tribune, he is right there off of 4. Across this front stretch here. We are at the Rockingham here in the trucks. If you're watching this broadcast, you can see how bumpy it is. It is an old track that is it is a tough go for these drivers. You try to decide which line is going to be better on these tires, but as you try to do that, as you're going to ride on board with the 23 machine, you're going to see how tough it is to find grooves, to find lines as we cross the start-finish line once again into 1. To give us an excellent point of view here, Joey Stires is trying to find a line here. He wants to try to get low. He wants to ride in the middle. He wants to take as much pressure off those tires. But with the rockiness and the old surface of Rockingham, no pun intended there, that truck's going to bounce on you. So you can't really get that truck to stay in 1 spot. It's going to bounce in the corner, not so bad in 3 and 4 right there. A little bit more into 1 and 2, as again, we're going to ride on board. You're going to see that truck bounce just in his hands there. Bounce, 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 bounce. So constantly you're trying to find that groove lap after lap after lap. And what happens, though, if you can't find that right groove, you're going to put more pressure on those tires. to work throughout this race. But here on lap 74, Joey Steyer's under pressure. You see James Morris under pressure. All sorts of battles on the racetrack as we're down the front stretch into 1 and 2. And Wesley, you just ran down the concession stands real quick.
Don't bring me back
up
yet.
in the booth B.
Don't bring me back
You
yet.
see Nathan Maurer there. He is battling Brian Chu off of 2. And you see that battle. Brian Chu with a huge run off of 2 to the back bumper of the 971 of Nathan Maurer. You see this battle just right inside of that top 10, 9th and 10th. This is a battle for down the front stretch into 1 and 2. Haven't seen a lot of caution flags here tonight. The race has been particularly clean. I wonder as this race plays out, will we see those caution flags really start to rev up as we head into 3 and 4. Brady LaBeouf starting to slide up the racetrack here in this run. Hunter Parsons to the inside of James Morris in that 47. Hunter Parsons, though, will take that spot as Kerry Tribune will take that spot from Brady LaBeouf as well as they are side by side off of 2 here down the stretch. Hunter Parsons trying to inch that nose, but there goes Brady LaBeouf. Battles all over the racetrack into 3 and 4.
So it's Adam Newton. He is the leader now. Joey Steyer's in second. Kerry Tribune is currently in that 3rd position, followed by the machine of Brady LaBeouf, Hunter Parsons. Folks, I apologize. My computer did some updates, and it completely changed all of my audio settings, not only on Discord, which I absolutely despise, but also on my regular volume levels, William. I had to troubleshoot it to figure it out, and we are back at 100%, so my due apologies on that. Definitely aggravating, stressful, but we have reached the finish line of having audio back perfectly again, and now we can focus on the end of stage number 2 as Adam Newton is the man that's leading the way. And as we mentioned, Brady, he's the man that's the number 1 seed. Remember what we talked about when we came on the air when I sounded like a muffled, you know what. But being number 1 in the points, what a way to advance, being number 1 in the points to get a win. Obviously, you know he's going to advance to the round of 14, but he's looking for a victory as we got a caution out. Yellow flag will fly here on lap 79.
It's Serve Pro caution flag flies here. Fire and water cleanup and restoration. Don't sweat the mess. Call Serve Pro today as we watch what brings out, I believe, Wesley, only our 2nd on-track caution of the night, if not our 1st. And we'll see what happens here. That's the 5 machine, I believe, of Jason Morales there. And we'll see down the backstretch what happens if it's just going to be a solo caution. And Wesley, we're creeping up. Oh, it's going to be the 5 of Jacob Klinkart again. No damage. It's going to be all by himself there down that front stretch.
Yeah, this is what, the 2nd time we've had problems with that that truck of Jacob Klinkart. So, yeah, man, wow.
And he needs a run here tonight too, Wesley. So, for Jacob, this race is starting to slip away. I mean, this is a guy sitting in the 17th position in the points coming in, and you see there's even
wait a minute. There was more trucks involved than what we saw with Klinkart. Obviously, we're gonna Cody Dot quickly dead on it. We'll find out here. This is Daniels, by the way. Oh wow, into the fence. That's Bullock, Brandon Bullock. Rivera around, and yeah, there you see it. Multiple trucks involved, and another angle. Quickly on it, Cody Knott, and look at that, just bonsaied off of another truck. Rivera nowhere to go. I think Rivera's going to be okay, William.
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah, I don't think he got too much damage. So,
I'm Brandon Bullock for that 17 truck. You see him. He was okay coming into tonight's race. Wesley found himself 10th in the playoff points, so he's okay. I mean, I know he's going to be frustrated with this race, but he'll be all right. He'll be moving on.
Caution coming out again, as we mentioned. By the way, apologize for the audio issues. The computers, technology have their mind of their own, but I'm glad we got everything fixed, troubleshooted on the end. And there you see Bullock on the pit lane, but Adam Newton doing well. Hey, William, what do you say since we all have everybody working on all cylinders again, on my end? Let's cue up the swim driver and get his thoughts. Of course, stage 1 winner leading the race now. Brady LaBeouf led some laps earlier, but Adam Newton, you're doing really good, man. I know Jeff Sickles got to be happy with your truck 82. You're taking the rock.
Yeah, man, it's been a good race so far. I hope we can close the deal tonight. Got a good truck.
I will say this though, and me and William talked about it in the booth. You're already the number one seed. You're in the top spot of the playoff standings, but obviously you wanna win to solidify that, right?
Absolutely. I want to make my name stated tonight.
William Tiller.
Adam, you're coming off a win last week at Bristol. How different is a race that was caution filled like Bristol to tonight's race that have only had a few cautions?
It's a big swap, but I'm going same mindset, just good, clean laps, and bide my time and let things play out.
Yeah, been a pretty comfortable race so far. Now we're starting to see some of these Serve Pro cautions, but man, what's it going to be like in that final stage? Do you think it's going to be chaotic, especially as we get ready for a restart? If you're somebody 14th on back trying to make it in the Fast 14?
Absolutely. I think we're going to see some craziest now. I was just asking my teammate who pitted for tires, and some of them guys are on the borderline, so we'll see.
All right, there you go. There's the thoughts of the swim driver, Adam Newton, points leader. Moving into the elimination race here tonight at the Rock. And right now, William, he is currently the top dog here, and Joey Steyer's right there alongside. We get ready to go back for a restart here.
Yeah, and Wesley, as we await the drop of the green flag here, we'll talk about some drivers on the hot seat already. 84 laps into this race. But let's rock and roll here once again from the Rock. Adam Newton takes us into 1 and 2. Great restart out of him in the 82 machine. Joey Steyer's there in second. Battle for third, though, between Kerry Tribute, Brady LaBeouf raging on already before we can even get warmed up. 24 machine on the high side of the racetrack. Kerry Tribute getting loose. Can he keep it together? As we almost thought about going 3 wide at the Rock. Cross that start-finish line into 1, Wesley.
And they thought about going 3 wide, and then they chickened out and backed away. Now they're going to reset fire again on all cylinders. Here comes now Parsons on the bottom. He'll clear by Kerry Tribute. Now he'll set his sights on Brady LaBeouf. LaBeouf tries to scamper away from the field as they climb the banking in 3.
On the banking in 3 right now. Kerry Tribute to the top side of the 15 machine. Hunter Parsons, you see Joey Doucette just outside of your point of view right there as well. He's in a Hornet's nest inside of the top 10. But here comes our regular season champion, Tyler Dittmer, and that 34 needs to win here tonight. Wesley, I would say he's probably the only driver that's left that has a chance, that hasn't been eliminated from 20 on down. We have Sean Hamilton that's been eliminated. He's in the 19th position in the points. Needs to take the checkered flag to move on to the next round. 34 machine moving in the right direction, though.
Remember, we'll go to lap 110 here in stage number 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic and the NRE. Power Systems 200. It's right now Adam Newton, the leader. Joey Steyer's. Look at now. We're starting to see Nate Bauer start to make his run through the field here now. He's climbing the top 10. He's in 7th, going after Morris, going after Tribute. And while that goes on, Tyler Dittmer, who William, by the way, he needs to win.
Yes, sir.
Tyler Dittmer needs to win to advance to the next round of the championship.
Yeah, just as I mentioned just a second ago, the 34 needs to take the checkered flag. A lot of moving parts already in the points table. Nathan Maurer, though, looks to the inside of the 47, and the caution flag's out. Here, just as we hit the 90 mark there on the scoring pylon, the Serve Pro caution flag flies. Once again, Serve Pro Fire and Water Cleanup and Restoration. Wesley, we're not going to get 22 like we had last week, but we're going to get another one here tonight. Let's check it out. There's that New Orleans Saints machine of Brandon Broadfoot.
Hey, sporting the New Orleans Saints on his truck, Brandon Broadfoot's machine, the 22, going around in the Saints. Who dat? In the safer barrier. In turn number 2, and the caution coming out.
It's by himself. And just like Jameis Winston by himself handed the game to the Green Bay Packers
Oh,
yesterday.
Jameis Winston was horrible, wasn't he?
The
Oh,
22 machine of
oh,
Brandon
poor
Brock's going
Jackie
to spin
was
out all by
poor,
himself.
poor Jackie was. Oh, don't get her going. She's in the background now. Watch your language.
You know Brandon's going to love it that we're talking about that 22. Wesley, he had to do that paint scheme because he lost a bet. That's why he
I'm
had
a
to rock that
Steelers
New
man.
Orleans
I'm a
Saints.
Steelers man. And Pittsburgh took you know what they did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they took names. That's all I'm going to say. Yes. Kick butt and took names is what I was going to say. But I don't know though. The Raiders tried to come back there at the end. So, but Steelers got the W. So, but yeah.
Now, my
We should
question
have
to
an
you, though,
all-star race, William. We should have an all-star race the next time we do it for NASCAR. Obviously, it'll never be on dirt again. But if we, then the next time we have an all-star race, we should have it like with your favorite sports teams. I mean, if you want to use your own favorite race car driver throwbacks, then that's cool. But if you got a fan of the Saints or the Panthers or the Steelers or the Commanders, not the Redskins anymore, or baseball, Braves, or you're from Florida, obviously Tampa Bay Lightning, they won the Stanley Cup. So if you wanted to like rep your favorite sports team, I think that would be cool to do something like that. What do you think?
That would be pretty cool. But as we talk about that 22 machine rocking that New Orleans Saints paint scheme, Wesley, I'm kind of concerned now for Brandon. He came in only 1 point above that cut line in the 13th position. Now finds himself virtually at the very tail end of the field. He's going to have to do some work here to make sure he's locked in if he wants to talk about rocking any paint schemes in the championship races.
Yeah. He's going to have to definitely move up there. Here's a look at your top 5 right now as we are approaching halfway officially in the race distance of the NRE Power Systems 200. Lap 100 will be the halfway mark of the race. Stage 2 of the race will go to lap 110. And obviously looking at Adam Newton trying to sweep stage 1, stage 2. He's making a good opportunity of it, William. He is in the lead as the lights go off for the pace truck and we get ready for a restart.
Yeah, I'm watching him here on that restart. He has been electric here. We're watching also Kerry Tribute. He's up 10 spots from the drop of the green flag, currently in 5th. Tim Hammond in that 69. He's cracking inside the top 10 as well as we get ready to rock and roll once again here at the Rock.
Ready for the field to work their way down the back stretch. Pace truck will pick up speed and drop onto the pit line. William, I miss the Rock. Me and my CRN crew, we broadcasted a race at Rockingham last summer with the Rock the Roval is what it was called. And I really thought that there was a lot of hype and optimism of seeing Rockingham come back. And then obviously the owners changed, and I think we're back to a stalemate again. So we'll have to continue to enjoy Rockingham on iRacing as the green flag flies yet again. Lap number 93. It's Newton pulling away from everybody as they work the back stretch of the restart.
Oh, as we watch the trucks rumble down the backstretch into 3 and 4, Adam Newton looks as though he'll lead the first lap under green, but you can tell the anxiety starting to build up just a little bit on the racetrack. Wesley, these drivers know what's at stake. You've been racing for so many weeks here in this series, about 23 plus weeks, and for some drivers, this is it for a shot at the championship as Adam Newton is separating into 3 and 4.
Back straight away, working in the corner out of turn number 3 and 4. Here they come, storming back off the 4th turn to the line. And there you see Newton continuing to pull away. He's got that 2 truck length lead over Joey Stiers. Parsons to 3rd, LaBeouf, Trabue, single file. Hey, by the way, round of 14, William Tiller, next Monday night, Milwaukee Mile. What a track that's going to be for us next Monday for the series.
Absolutely. This series just gets better and better. The series ends at we go to, I believe it's California to end the season out there. So it's going to be a blast. We have a lot more positions to decide, including the second spot here in this race, as Hunter Parsons is going to dive bomb him into 3 and 4, is going to snatch that spot from the 23. Here comes the 24 machine of Brady LaBeouf that's going to keep the 23 to the high side of the racetrack. Brady LaBeouf will try to take advantage of the situation if he can. He can't, Wesley, as he follows right back behind the back bumper of the 23.
Thought about going for a 2-for-1 special. Unfortunately, came up short. Now Brady LaBeouf ready to pull the trigger down Thunder Alley, down the back straightaway. He'll make that move again on Steyer's machine. They're going to be stride for stride, wheel to wheel, side by side as they work off turn number 4 for 4th.
It's just a game of tug and war there, Wesley. If you can get to the inside, you keep the other driver to the high side of the racetrack. How long can you keep that battle going until one of you gives up to allow the other guy? It looks like right now the 23 machine of Joey Steyers will be the man that will give up the tug of war. As Brady LaBeouf, the boss man, goes by the 23, but here comes Nathan Maurer. Keep the 23 machine to the high side of the racetrack as well, as we'll cross the line. 11 laps to go here in stage number 2.
Just saw Tribune and Klinkhardt as well bounce off the safer barrier off of turn number 4 where all of that action was, and all the while down the back straightaway. This opens the door to Tyler Dittmer.
Ooh.
He'll close in behind Klinkhardt. He'll carry Brian Chu with him. They'll swallow each other up as they work off 4. Doucette's reeling him in out of the corner, and we're coming to the halfway flags.
Wesley, that makes me so nervous right there for the 34 machine of Tyler Dittmer and the 51 of Brian Chu. They can't afford this right now. This is so nerve-wracking. Our regular season champion finds himself in the middle of a 3 wide at the Rock. He'll bail out. He keeps it clean. Wesley, oh my goodness, off of 4. Whoa, so close.
But you got to remember though, William, Tyler Dittmer has got to win this race, but he needs to be methodic about it. There's still 100 laps to go. 9 to go here in stage number 2. Brian Chu now up to 8th spot. He'll clear by Tribune. He'll clear by Dittmer. There's your top 10 as they settle in on Morris out of 4.
Yeah, and he can't be a domino that falls on a big wreck either. He'll get back to racing, though. He'll look to the inside of the 7 machine of Kerry Tribune. Good job from the 34 machine of Tyler Dittmer there. Take a step back, take a breather.
Whoa.
As you see the 7 and the 16 making contact behind him, he clears all the chaos. 34 machine clear on the racetrack as he moves up to 9th. This is a battle for 10th, though, Wesley.
Kerry Tribune, Joey Doucette from the outside to the inside. Here comes Doucette now. He'll work his way down to the corner. He cannot clear him again. They'll work back into 1 and 2. Kerry Tribune up the hill. This opens the door to White. White's under attack by Lothian. He'll clear him on the bottom as they work the back stretch going to 3.
Yeah, where's Blake Lothian been in this race? Usually a top 10 driver. Now it's taking him just a little bit longer here in this race. Cross that century mark. He is up to 12, trying to quietly sneak inside the top 10 at the end of this stage. As Joey Doucette, Kerry Tribune are side by side. Blake Lothian pushes the 16 in the corner. The 16 will take it like a champ, though, as he comes off a 2 down the backstretch. The 43 machine of Blake Lothian again will look to the inside of the 7 of Kerry Tribune. Wesley, the 43 truck is now just 1 spot outside of the top 10.
And all the while all of this goes on, this chaos and mayhem at the end of stage number 2, you still got Newton pulling away from Parsons. Klinkhardt, even after bouncing off the wall, having 2 of those serve precautions, he has worked his way on the tailgate of Parsons for the lead.
Whoa.
The top 3, lap traffic in the way, under 5 to go in stage 2 at the Rock.
Wesley, that is seismic for the next round. Jacob Klinkhardt, as you mentioned, somehow, some way finds himself on the podium coming into this race in the 17th position in the points. Just about 1 point separated him and the cutoff line. If he can keep this run going here tonight, Wesley, either finish on the podium or inside the top 5, I think that'll be enough to advance Jacob Klinkhardt in the next round.
Ready for those stage points to be up for grabs. Playoff positions in tow as well. 14 advance, 6 are going home. Final laps remaining here in the Glass Mechanic stage number 2. Chu thought about going 3 wide. He goes to the top of the safer barrier. Parsons is the monkey in the middle. Klinkhardt to the bottom. And while that goes on, you got lap traffic in the way of the leaders in the 1.
What a heater of a race here at the Rock. We sure are rocking and rolling. Coming off of 2, Wesley, you got me moving to my seat up here in the booth as we roll into 3 and 4. Adam Newton to the low side of the racetrack. Hunter Parsons there in the middle of a 3 wide sandwich coming off of the corner. Just a few laps to go here in stage number 2. Will we keep it clean as Adam Newton takes us into 1?
1 lap to go by the fact in stage 2. Barnett up the hill. He's that lap truck as a pick. The top 4 will fly by him. Parsons on the outside. He looks to try to carry that momentum into turn 3. Here comes Ryan Chu, 3 wide. He goes to the top. Picked off by a lap truck. He's got to get on the binders. This looks like it's the finish of the race. This is only the finish of stage 2. And Hunter Parsons is going to steal one over Newton on the last corner. Wow. How they did not crash, how they did not wreck, how they did not just wad everybody up to pieces is beyond me. And what a daring move, William Tiller by Brian Chu. And I'll tell you this much in closing of the Glass Mechanic stage 2. If that lap truck would not have been on the top of the safer barrier, when we saw Brian Chu go to the outside, he might have got the stage 2 win. It didn't happen, but boy, it was close.
Wow. What a stage there. And I believe Tyler Dittmer, our regular season champion, he'll finish in the top 10 there in the stage as well. A lot was just decided there at the line, and just a huge move there from our stage winner, but I believe now you're catching up with that 15 machine.
Stage number 2 for all NASCAR Sim Racer Up Trucks events are presented by the Glass Mechanic, and it is the driver of Hunter Parsons, originally from Green Bay, Wisconsin, now Statesville, North Carolina, from, of course, Highline Racing. Hunter, I see you coming off of pit road. Boy, that was a crazy last couple of laps, but that last one looked like it could have been the deciding of the win.
Oh yeah, had that been a win, that would have been awesome. But first off, I kind of got into Adam there and definitely didn't mean to, but stage win there. But we come up on that lap car so quick, and just you either had to slam on the brakes with cars behind you or try and come down. So didn't mean to get into him there, but yeah, we got a stage win here, and just hopefully we can put it together for stage 3.
And Hunter, I wanted to ask you here real quick. You keep feeling this tug of war between you and the 82 machine of Adam Newton. Do you feel like this is going to be the race where you kind of get a preview what the championship's going to look like?
I sure hope so. Adam is definitely a fierce contender, along with Joey Stiers. We see him quick every week. Just trying to almost secretly work my way in there, trying to learn a few things leading up to the championship run. So comfortable in the playoff rankings right now, just trying a few things to see if I can learn a little bit better.
Before we let you go here, Hunter, we want to give you the opportunity to shout out anybody you have watching here, any sponsors that helped you there to that stage win.
Yeah, first off, everyone in the HLR team channel right now, trying to get everyone on the lead lap. Blanchard's Towing, R1 Works, Joe Gibbs Racing, and then for you guys putting this all on. I'm sure we're giving you a hell of a race so far.
All right, Hunter, well, good luck the rest of the way here tonight. I believe you have just a few more laps here under caution, and you're right back to it to the end of this race. You're looking at probably around 80-something laps to the end of this, man. Good luck the rest of the way, and see if you can put that 15 in victory lane.
Yeah, we'll surely try.
Boy, it's going to be fun. Thank you, Highline Racing, Hunter Parsons. Again, we'll put him right back in his box. And William, well, lights off on the pace truck, my friend, and we settle in for the final stage in the round of 1 playoffs, or round 1 of the playoffs for the round of 20. 14 drivers are advancing, 6 are going home, And I really believe you're about to turn up the wick of drivers that are on the outside looking in to fight and claw and do what they can to make a run to either victory lane or to get as many points as possible towards the championship.
Absolutely, Wesley, and I believe we can already start to eliminate drivers. But here, as Wesley was talking about, stage number 2 was sponsored by that glass mechanic. But let's get this thing rocking and rolling once again as the field comes roaring across the start-finish line into 1 and 2. Jacob Klinkert in the 1 will take us into 1.
It is 85 laps to go. Stage number 3 underway, and Klinkert. Problems earlier in the race is now his momentum gain. He's the leader into 3. Chu will follow. Here comes also Broadfoot. New names in the top 5 out of 4.
Yeah, new names up there, Wesley, indeed. As we're moving and grooving here, clean so far here in this race. As they're on old equipment, Wesley, about 20 lap difference between Jacob Klinkert and Adam Newton. You'll see that difference start to give way here just a few laps here into the end of the race as Brian Chu looks to the outside off of 4.
Working off of turn number 4. Brian Chu, outside lane. What a strong truck he's got, the DSR Electric. Number 51. Up to the top. He likes driving the safer barrier. He'll now weasel in and bounce off the wall. He turns into Klinkert. Klinkart's in the fence. Brian Chu's involved. They rack on the back straightaway. They're still not done crashing. One has got airborne. I believe Klinkert is flipping upside down. Morris has crashed. Rivera's up at the top of the banking. White's at the top of the banking. Oh,
James Morris.
no. Miller's involved.
Wow, Wesley.
One wrong slip. Brian Chu off of the safer barrier and then crash.
This is huge. As we check out this replay here, this is absolutely... watch what happens here, Wesley. That causes just this domino effect of carnage that we saw down in the backstretch.
Look at this one more time as we watch Brian Chu work his way off of turn number 3 and 4, setting himself up to make a run on the leader. That's Klinkert in the 5, giving him plenty of room. As I mentioned, William, Brian Chu likes driving the top. Just a mistake right there. Wow, what are we doing? Maybe we got a little too far ahead. Here we go.
Right there.
Right here. Bam. And then he right hooks the 5. Didn't mean to do it. And then hold on. Oh, Nate Maurer barely weaseled by there. Morris gets piled in. Everyone else goes crashing from there. What caused Klinkert to get upside down? That's what I'd like to see. Let's see what happened with the 5. Brian Chu in the Klinkert. Klinkert into the safer barrier, spins in the pack. Is it Morris that hit him? Yes. Oh, wow. Oh, well, we just caught the tail end of it. And that's what caused Morris to go. Morris called Klinkert to get upside down there. And then we see Miller and Jose Luis Rivera over there on the top of the banking. Oh, this is heartbreaking, William. But I told you.
This is tough.
Another angle of it. Smoke, trouble, look out. Just got through it. Jose Luis Rivera thought he was. Man.
He might be okay, though, Wesley. Doesn't look like too much damage to that 20 machine, but for the 5 machine of Jacob Klinkert and Ryan Chu, they were 17th and 18th in the standings heading into this race. Both just mere points away from that cut line. But with this wreck here, 120 laps into this race, is that going to open the door for somebody else to maybe leapfrog them or to close the door, them making the top 14? This is not good news for both those teams.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And if you're on the outside looking in, you are hoping and praying now that you can not have a lot of damage on your truck. You got Klinkert now, and man, that's heartbreak for Jacob Klinkert, by the way, William. I mean, that's a guy that, you know, you look at stats and information. That was a guy that literally was, for the most part, doing what he needed to do to just momentum-wise, stay in the points. Remember what we talked about, being the number 17 seed. And you remember, he's one of those guys that are on the cusp of being eliminated. So, yeah, does he want to win the race? Does he want to advance to the round of 14? Absolutely. Is it going to happen now? Slim to none.
Oh, it's the drama. It's the drama, Wesley, here. And, folks, we want to thank you for tuning in to the Nazareth 360 Racing Network here. It's an elimination race of the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series playoffs. And every race, Wesley, that we do, it either goes to overtime, it's a photo finish. We've had a couple, blowouts here and there, but it's the drama of this series. It's how tight these drivers are in talent. And for Adam Newton, I mean, yes, he's the top driver right now, but that could change, Wesley, at any track at any week.
You only got 2 rounds. Milwaukee and Darlington. That's it. We're back to green. On the restart, let's see Newton pulling away again. Stage 1 winner. Man that's leading the points. Hunter Parsons right behind him. Brady LaBeouf also. Into that 3rd spot. They work their way into the corner. Off of turn 4. LaBeouf up the hill. Hold on to it, Brady. And Blake Lothian. Here comes the 43. William, he's been kind of quiet tonight. But in the stage 3 with 75 to go, he is right into the mix, and so is also Tyler Dittmer.
And that might be the move here tonight, Wesley. We're seeing how this race is starting to heat up. He's avoided everything that's kind of transpired. Now he's just quietly snuck his way inside of the top 5. But here comes Hunter Parsons. He has not been quiet here. Our stage 2 winner is now looking to the inside of Adam Newton, the 82. But he has got a battle on his hands still to the inside of the 24 machine of Brady LaBeouf, who has been inside of the top 5 virtually all race long. Any of these guys can get the checkered flag. But you better watch out, Wesley. They might collect each other as we enter 3 and 4.
Yeah, we're watching all them now as Brady LaBeouf works off the safer barrier out of turn number 4. Parsons down to the inside as they're staying single file now. Back into 1 and 2. Here comes Lothian now up the hill. He'll try to close in on Parsons for that spot. Parsons stays in line. Everyone's single file. By the way, already a quarter distance from Newton to LaBeouf. There's LaBeouf loses his off of turn 4. Oh, he got loose.
Saves it though here. So green flag racing. No!
Oh,
no!
no.
Him and Hunter Parsons make contact. They both got completely sideways. They save it on the racetrack. Wow, Wesley, this is getting wild here. Tyler Dittmer moving up. He's up inside the top 5. Our regular season champion needs to win here tonight, doing everything he can to get it done. Moving down the front stretch.
Remember what we told you. Dittmer needs to win. Tyler Dittmer. What did he miss? The first week at Charlotte. Am I correct, William? He missed Charlotte. And he had a pretty dismal race last week at Bristol. And now he's in 2nd. Now falling back to 4th, actually, as they work back out of the corner. And they're not done yet.
And it's for very noble reasons, as Tyler Dittmer is a member of the U.S. Navy. So when the Navy calls, Wesley, you have to answer. And for a regular season champion, of course, those naval duties come first. But he is trying to get right back to where he left off, and that was victory lane. Trying to look to the inside of the 15. Hunter Parsons heading into 1 and 2.
Yeah, I want to emphasize that. Thank you for your service, Tyler Dittmer. But yeah, now he wants to go and make a continuation for the run to the playoffs. He's got to win to make it in. He cannot get in by points alone. Tyler Dittmer running down Parsons. This is for 3rd spot. Here comes Stiers. Here comes also Rivera, by the way, William. We mentioned him still in the game. Right there, your top 5 as they work off turn number 2.
This race is counting down, 71 laps to go. Joey Stiers to the back bumper of the 20 machine of Jose Luis Rivera. Remember, folks, we're also going to have those green flag pit stops before the end of this, as Adam Newton is just checking out down the front stretch here into 1 and 2. He has risen to the top of the Nazareth Power Rankings, whether it's on a Friday night or Monday night. The 82 Wesley just seems to be locked in week after week. Doesn't matter if it's short track, high banks, if it's Bristol, Rockingham, that 82 just seems to find a way, and he is finding it here tonight.
It is Adam Newton leading the way, but for how long? Right now, he is up in front. Closing in under 70 laps to go. Blake Lothian in second now. Hunter Parsons and Dittmer, along with Stiers, your top 5. Who is going to the Fast 14? Milwaukee Mile, Darlington on deck. The next 2 races. Then we lock in the top 10, the Elite 10. Chicagoland, Talladega, the wild card, and the finale for the championship 6. 6 drivers of NASRA from 20. We'll battle it out, William, for the championship on Halloween weekend, Monday night, October 30th at Auto Club Speedway. Wow.
I know that's going to be a huge race. As Tyler Dittmer, regular season champ, he is itching on the back bumper of the 15 at Hunter Parsons. You want to give it all you can here, Wesley, before those green flag pit stops ensue. The 34 machine did not do enough there in those stages to get enough bonus points. He is way far down in those point standings, 19th to be exact. Wesley, if I had to say if he was any lower on the grid, I'd have to say he was eliminated for the championship hunt. But seeing as though the 34 machine is currently inside the top 5, he still has a Rudy chance to get it done as we're down the backstretch into 3 and 4.
Consistency working in favor of those drivers right now. And right now for drivers like Newton and Parsons, being up in the points are going to be in their favor. Obviously, do you want to win? Yes. Are you under a pressure situation like Tyler Dittmer? No. But all the while, it is Newton leading them. Here comes now Dittmer trying to get around Parsons. He just got around Stiers, so that works on the banking into 3.
Adam Newton is all by himself here at the Rock into 1 and 2. No pressure for the 82 machine, but Wesley, that's how he likes it. He likes to get comfortable up here in the clean air. Nobody around him. Now almost up to a 2-second lead between him and the 43 truck of Blake Lothian, who has a late race run. Hunter Parsons in that 15 machine, he's in third, our Stage 2 winner. And Tyler Dittmer, we've mentioned his name a few times here tonight, Wesley, up 10 spots from the drop of the green flag. Needs to move up some more here as the laps begin to tick down.
The biggest faller in that front pack was the truck that got into Parsons, and that's Brady LaBeouf. LaBeouf has fell all the way back to 9th position. He's still in the top 10. And by virtue of looking at the points, I would say right now, hands down, Brady LaBeouf is probably going to advance unless something drastic happens. If he can just stay where he's at right now, consistently in the top 10, William, I think Brady LaBeouf will advance to the Fast 14. Some of these guys got to race smart. They don't need to be desperate to look for the win. And I don't want to say this in a disrespectful term, but sometimes you don't need to be looking for the W. You just need to be consistent in points race. And I think that's something Brady LaBeouf or Parsons are doing right now on the racetrack.
Yeah, and for a prime example
And
of
even
that,
Raul Meza.
Right, exactly. I was just about to mention the 20 machiner Jose Luis Rivera right there with the 37 machiner Raul Meza. I mean, just perfect spots there for the 20 and for the 37. For Jose Luis Rivera, currently in 12th, 2 spots above that cut line. It's a perfect spot to be. And for the 37, he's 1 spot below. And Zach Hartwick holds that last spot. And Zach Hartwick in this race, Wesley, you look at where that 74 machine is, and he is hard to find currently in the 23rd position. So for Raul Meza in a perfect spot inside that top 10.
So listen, I can understand that, like, if you're guys like Clinkhart, Brian Chew, Sean Hamilton, obviously, you're desperate. You need to win. Having points is not going to be enough to advance because you're so down below the bottom of the barrel outside the top 14. Raul Meza is on the cutoff line. Now, if he continues to do what he needs to be consistent, maybe he can slip in to that final spot because Hartwick is not having a good night in position 14. Any of these things can happen. So All the while, as we approach over 50 laps to go, yeah, we're still seeing Newton run away with this thing. And then you got Rivera and Nate Maurer. And I got to tell you, let's go back to the crash where Rivera got caught up in the backstretch, William. And Nate Maurer, he barely weaseled by that wreck when he got down to the bottom of the racetrack when he drove to the apron of the backstretch.
Yeah, and you see it right there. Oh, my goodness gracious. As the 20 machine of Jose Luis Rivera is trying to hold on. Oh, man, as you see it right there, Wesley.
Oh, man, Raw Meza. See, this is what we talked about. Desperation.
Gotta stay clean.
On the outside looking in, you're going to start making desperate moves. You're seeing this final 50 laps. It's going to get crazy. Remember, we're taking 14 to the playoffs. After tonight, 6 are eliminated at the Rock. Who is the Rock going to chomp up and destroy for their chance at a championship? Oh, and by the way, we know that Adam Newbert was the inaugural series champion.
Shout out to Adam Newbert for sure in that 4. Shout out.
That's right. Right. He's not in the playoffs this year. Got some personal things going on that he's taking care of and working on, and unfortunately not able to make the run to defend his crown. Hopefully we'll see him back in season 3. Oh, and William, that's the thing, by the way. As soon as season 2's over, what do they take off? A week or 2? And then you're right back into Daytona, into transitioning for the season 3 of the series.
Absolutely, but we got to crown a champion here. Just a few races remain in this season. We're going to eliminate 6 drivers. As Hunter Parsons back up on the podium. He looks to the inside of the 43 truck here down the front stretch. Tyler Dittmer, you see him. He is just sneaking up there. He's currently in the 4th spot, trying to link up with the 15, who won stage number 2 as they're down the backstretch here, Wesley. 50 laps to go. Could we see a buzzer beater performance out of the 34 machine? We'll have to wait and see as he's inside the podium now, up to 3rd.
Yeah, dives to the inside of the racetrack, wants to carry Blake Lothian with him as a wingman, as the next 2 trucks as a picker, Klinkhart and Parsons. Parsons will scamper away from the machine. Dittmer will close in on the 15. He's going to try to. This is for the number 2 spot, the bridesmaid position, but he needs to run down Adam Newton. He needs to win. Right now, he sits in 3rd. As they come to the line, it is 50 laps to go. Next time by here at the NRE Power Systems 200 at the Rock.
And if he's going to do it, there's going to be a mountain to climb, Wesley. Currently about 3 seconds between Adam Newton and the 2nd place position of Hunter Parsons as Newton takes us down the backstretch here. Remember, there will be one more round. That's the front stretch across that line. There'll be one more round of pit stops before we end this race, but you want to be as close to Adam Newton as possible before that takes place. Wesley, we have less than 49 laps to go here in our first elimination race. Who will make it through? We'll have to wait and see.
You know, if you're a betting man, I could say right now you can't go to Vegas and cash your chips just yet, because even though Adam Newton is the man that leads the way, anything can happen. Right now, Parsons in 2nd. Remember, we mentioned Tyler Dittmer. He's 19th in the points. There's no question about it. He has to win this race. He knew the outcome, missing Charlotte, William. The regular season champion, on the cusp of being eliminated. If he doesn't win this race, bottom line, that's your storyline. Open book, shut case. Dittmer has to win. If he doesn't, you won't see him in the Fast 14. And William Tiller, Adam Newton, the man that is leading the points right now, is looking for a win. You heard him say at the end of stage 1, I'm just trying to make a statement.
Absolutely, and he talked about that after last week's win at Bristol, a caution-filled race that was. He survived all of that, stayed composed, stayed confident in his abilities, And after that race, we talked to him, and he wasn't content with locked into the top 14, Wesley. He wanted to get some more wins, wanted to keep this confidence going. It's sort of like in the NFL where you put a hot team down in that bye week, and at first, sometimes those teams get tripped up if you put them on ice. But for the 82 machine of Adam Newton, just trying to keep that hot streak moving here tonight, has put forth a performance one for the books, as Hunter Parsons, our stage number 2 winner who snatched that stage win from the 82, is creeping up now. Has got that gap down just a little bit.
Creeping on the comma, baby. Here he comes right now, trying to run down Parsons. Dittmer is. And while that goes on, Parsons trying to run down Newton. Here's the problem, though, in that scenario, William Tiller. 4 seconds back. Okay, let's be honest. 3.5 seconds back from Newton to Parsons. Newton is running away here at the Rock and starting to just put everybody in the rear view mirror. The number 1 seed here in P1 at the Rock with under 50 to go.
Under 50 laps to go. Reminder, green flag pit stops will ensue. We're looking at the majority of the top side of the grid. Maybe some drivers can stay out just a little bit longer. Looking at Nathan Maurer, Joey Stires has about 7 lap difference. Other than that, folks, it is wide open for those green flag pit stops. So we're looking at creeping up about 40 laps to go here in this race. Adam Newton won the first stage. Hunter Parsons snatched that stage number 2 win from him. We're going to eliminate 6 drivers here at the checkered flag. We'll see who makes it through as Adam Newton leads another lap across the start-finish line.
Another lap on the board as the leaders work their way back into the corner again. Newton is the man. He's in front. Now, believe it or not, William, Hunter Parsons is closing the gap. He's getting faster and faster as we approach 40 to go. They climb the bank and off Thunder Alley in 3.
And I think what you might be seeing here in Wesley is Adam Newton starting to just tamper off of the pressure just a little bit. You're starting to baby that truck around. He's working up through some lap traffic here. You can kind of ease the pressure off. He knows those green flag pit stops are around the corner, but you want to stay out as long as you can, especially if you're the race leader. See him linking up here with a lap truck down the backstretch. And I think that's what you're seeing. And when Adam's the type of racer, when you need to apply the pressure, he will. But I think right now, Wesley, it's just trying to get to those green flag pit stops, which almost could have been hurried right there as that lap truck he was with almost made contact with the wall.
All this going on now as Newton is the man in the top spot. Look at this now, Tyler Daniels. Daniels up the hill, down the bottom of the back straightaway now. He climbs the safer barrier, working in the corner, down into turn number 3 and 4. Right now, DSR Electric Toyota. Adam Newton is leading, but for how long? Newton also trying to work by lap traffic, William. This could be in a favor maybe for Hunter Parsons. And Dittmer, you better hit stealth mode. It is go time. You need to show what you got. He's now getting passed by the 20 machine of Jose Luis Rivera. Another lap down truck on lap 161.
Yeah, I'm looking at all those names on that scoring pylon. Broadfoot and that 22. He's going to have a rough points day. But all eyes are on our regular season champion of Tyler Dittmer in that 34 machine. Currently inside the podium position, as mentioned, needs a checkered flag to advance through. His naval duties got in the way of continuing what was an incredible season there for a former colleague of ours, Wesley, up here in the broadcasting booth. First season behind the wheel of this truck, wins the regular season championship, trying to keep that championship hope alive here on lap 164.
That's exactly right. Dittmer has to win. There's no question about it. No question. He has to win this race. He has got to make something work in his favor. And if he's got to make green flag pit stops, you better have a flawless, perfect stop. And I'll be honest with you, William, when Newton pits and Parsons pits, I would be right there, Dittmer pitting in with him at the same time. You've got to follow in sequence with these guys, no doubt.
Absolutely, and you have to keep your cool, but you also have to make sure that you have to kind of follow the same strategy as the 82, Wesley. You try to go your own route. You try to make your own moves here in this race. You're going to lose track of the 82. The 82 will end up just smoking the finish, winning it by 4 or 5 seconds. So you have to try to kind of plan, keep an eye on the leader, keep your lines going, just as the 15's doing right here. You just kind of keep it together. You keep watching the 82. And here comes the
Here he
15
comes.
down, our first domino down right here.
Does Dittmer follow? No, he does not. Parsons will come in. This will put now Dittmer to the number 2 position. The interval now 4 seconds. Adam Newton, the leader. Here he comes. Off the corner. He's coming to pit road. And Dittmer will better follow. Dittmer better follow. He does not.
No, he stays out. He's out. Tyler Dittmer will stay out on the
Wow.
racetrack right now as our race leader, Adam Newton, is down pit road. You see the 82 cruising right there. Watching some other names head down as well. Hunter Parsons is now out of pit
the
road.
only thing that I'm thinking or efforting that Tyler Dittmer believes is he could stretch it a little bit further than
He's
them
down
other
now.
guys. And now,
He's down right now.
here he comes. Wow. I think he thought maybe he could go wait for a caution flag, but I just don't see how it's possible. Here he comes on pit road.
Hunter Parsons back out on the racetrack there. That 15 machine made quick work of that pit stop. The 82 of Adam Newton, he's still down pit road, though, Wesley. As we watch some other names heading down, Tyler Dittmer down, Ed Osborne down. Haven't called his name out at all here tonight in that 28 machine. Waiting for more dominoes to fall here. This is the Yahtzee reshuffle stage of the race, Wesley. But I think the 15 machine of Hunter Parsons has put himself in such a prime position. But here comes the 82 machine, Adam Newton. But he's going to be just working his way back up through the grid. As I believe Hunter Parsons made some moves on him, put it about a 20-second gap, it looks like.
Comes Dittmer. Dittmer back out. And obviously we're efforting everyone having to pit. And it's going to cycle back around to Hunter Parsons being the leader, but Adam Newton is right there in his crosshairs. You're exactly right, William.
He worked right back on the back bumper of the 15. The 15 made quick work, so the 82 getting off pit road and getting back up to speed. Watch this race tick down. Wesley got 29 laps to go. I mean, this is the time to go, don't you think, Wesley? This is the time to basically put your season. This is it for your season.
Well, there you see the top 5. Nate Maurer, Joey Stiers, Raul Meza, Blake Lothian, and Brady LaBeouf. Those drivers, though, have not pitted. They're going to have to pit. They've not pitted just yet, with Nate Maurer now the new leader. Stiers, he led earlier in stage 1. I'll be honest, though, William. I think it's going to be between Parsons and Newton.
We'll have to see as this race is ticking down here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and like, share, and follow, and subscribe to our page here. Stay up to date with all the iRacing action that's coming at you. We're going to decide our Fast 14 in just a few laps, Wesley, but Adam Newton and Hunter Parsons are not going to waste any time to battle it out for the lead. They're going to scrap it out into the corner. The two of them looking like Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali out here. A battle for the ages is going back and forth.
The Citizens of Police Survivors NASRA Friday Night Series, the premier series of NASRA. I've heard they've been doing really, really well, and a very interesting race Friday night for a great cause as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That was for a great cause there last Friday night. But here in this race, Wesley 75 laps. Here, 175 in the books into 1 and 2. Now 176. See, Nathan Maurer has yet to head down pit road. Blake Lothian is down in that 43 truck. He's going to be part of that front group who has yet to head down. Jeffrey Johnson Jr. will be at the tail end of that group. Watch who else will head down, Wesley, and the longer these guys stay out, the more of a shootout we're going to have to decide who makes it into the Fast 14.
Under 25 laps to go. It's pucker time. Ready to go for it. Nate Maurer in the lead, but here comes Parsons. Number 15. Powering down into that spot. This is for position Mauer's the leader, but now they're showing Parsons 6th, Newton
Got his lap
7th.
back.
Yeah, he got his lap back, and now we just got to wait for all these other guys to pit. And if that happens, William, this puts an opportunity for Parsons to be in the catbird seat, and I think that's what he's efforting. I think that's what he wants to see happen.
Yeah, and right there, that's a key battle that we just showed on your screen as well between Tyler Dittmer and Jose Luis Rivera.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler
Oh, yeah.
Dittmer in that 34. That would be a battle for second if this plays out the way we're watching. Is right there, the 34 machine to the very inside of the 20. Tyler Dittmer will take that position away from Jose Luis Rivera. That will currently put him in third. If it all shakes out the way it's supposed to,
Yeah.
Wesley, exactly where he needs to be.
I don't want to take anything away from Jose Luis Rivera, but his truck's just not been strong tonight. I mean, he's been able to be a contender, but he's not been able to rally up there with these fast machines like we've been seeing. And obviously, lap 118, the last time Nate Maurer, Joey Stiers pitted. Lap 112, Raul Meza, Brady LaBeouf. We know these guys are going to have to pit with 20 laps to go. They cannot go the distance. Your race is for positions 5, 6, and 7, just like we painted a storyline to a storybook ending. Here it is again. Hunter Parsons, Adam Newton, Tyler Dittmer, 1, 2, and 3 when these guys pit. Unless somebody's crazy enough, William, to roll the dice and go the distance, I just don't see how it's mathematically possible. We'll see what the outcome is. But right now, unless we get a late race caution, you're going to see those 3 drivers I just mentioned by name battle for the win. Here they come storming off of turn number 4.
And Wesley, you know what? I know guys wanted to get the checkered flag here tonight, but what happened to the likes of the 23 machine of Joey Stiers or the 24 machine of Brady LaBeouf? These drivers will have to pit before this race is over, but they'll finish probably outside of the top 15 or just inside of the top 15. Both of those drivers are battling out for the lead in parts of this race now here tonight. Going to try to get that top 15 with 18 laps to go. Still waiting for that pack to head down. That also includes Raul Meza, that 37 machine. Nathan Maurer leads this race. Hunter Parsons, Adam Newton, Tyler Dittmer will be 1, 2, 3 when it all shakes out, but we'll wait and see into 1 and 2. 17 laps to go here tonight from the Rock.
There's the race for the win. By the way, got to give a shout out to the man behind the scenes. Cody Knott has done a phenomenal job working on the production. He is now the new producer director of our Monday night broadcasts. We wish Adam Flieger the best. He is taking care of some personal things and no longer going to be with us on the Monday program, but understanding we might bring some new people in, but he has done a great job bringing you these images down the end. I'm telling you, William, if we don't see Maurer or Stiers or Meza pit because of a late race caution, that's the only way I could see them getting back into this. They're gonna have to pit. I know that they're literally rolling the dice. They're in the lead. They're in the front with 15 to go. But again, don't get excited, Maurer, Stiers, Meza, LaBeouf fans. They're going to have to pit. We see Joey Stiers almost slam into the safer barrier.
But for the likes of Tyler Dittmer in the 34, he wants a caution flag, though.
Oh, yes.
Currently,
Oh, yeah.
There's a huge gap between him and Brady LaBeouf, about 2 seconds there for that position. So he's hoping for a caution flag on the racetrack with 14 laps to go. Like you mentioned, though, Wesley, you're still waiting for the 971 of Nathan Maurer and the 23 machine of Joey Stiers, as well as Raul Meza and Brady LaBeouf to head down pit road. These guys last time down 118, 112, 111. So definitely working on old equipment towards the tail end of this race. But boy, when they head down, Wesley, the floodgates will open. It will be a battle for the checkered flag.
Katie, bar the door. That's all I'm going to tell you. As right now, Nate Maurer is still strategy-wise hanging in there in the top spot. William, I mean, I just don't see how it's mathematically possible that Nate Maurer can go all the way. Let's see, he pitted on lap 118. That's the last time he pitted. And
Nah,
you
he's
do
got-
see
he's
he's
gotta head
slowing
down.
down. He's slowing down. You can see he is slowing down. He's not as fast as he was.
We're patiently waiting for it here. We'll wait as the 971 stays out. Joey Stires now gets passed by Adam Newton on the racetrack.
Parsons the second, Newton the third.
Watch it here. Hunter Parsons across that line. Currently in the second spot. Nathan Maurer still leads with 11 laps to go here in this elimination race. This Manic Monday will eliminate
Well,
six drivers out of the playoffs. As right now, Kerry Tribune working through the field. Hunter Parsons still in that second spot, waiting for the 971 to head down. Wesley, this race is getting crazy now with 10 laps to go.
10 to go. William, do you roll the dice? Is Nate Maurer trying to go for some crazy strategy we don't know about? I mean,
I don't know
what in
what
the
the stra-
world?
I don't know what the strategy could be here. As a 971 machine, a Nathan Maurer still out on the racetrack. He's sixth in the playoff standing, so he's locked into the next round, Wesley. So this could be a huge gamble. He knows he's good to go. He's in that top 14. He has nothing to lose here tonight. If he runs out of gas or whatever happens, he's good for the next round. So this
Nate
could
Maurer.
be an all-out gamble.
Nate Maurer, one win this year back in June at Kansas for the 971. 9 to go now. 9 to go here at The Rock. Maurer is 8 to go. Sorry, 8 laps to go. Maurer is still leading. William, he might be trying to go for a gamble here. I can't believe this. I didn't think mathematically he could do it, but he is literally pushing this truck for all it's worth right now, as Maurer is still in the lead.
Well, the bad news is,
7 to
Wesley,
go.
I don't think mathematically he can't do it. That lead right now, only 3 seconds, 7 laps to go. If Hunter Parsons can keep this pace, he's eating up that lead as the track goes by. He'll catch him, I believe, with about 4 or 5 laps to go. You'll have a battle for the lead if Nathan Maurer doesn't elect to head down pit road before that time. But looking at the Cinderella story that is Tyler Dittmer there in that 34 machine, it's not looking good for our regular season champion with 6 laps to go.
A late race caution definitely needs to be in favor of Tyler Dittmer right now to try to get back in this thing here. As right now, there you see Parsons. Blanchard's number 15, originally from Green Bay, Wisconsin, now from Statesville. He is in the number 2 spot, but Newton is right behind him. 5 laps to go as Maurer leads, passing truck 5 at Jacob Klinkhart. He is still the man in the top spot. Boy, I'll tell you what, William, they come to the line. 4 laps to go, 4 miles to go. And here you see the battle for the lead here. Parsons on Maurer. Maurer, is he going to block?
Whoa! Oh my goodness gracious, as there was almost contact between the 971 and Hunter Parsons there. But Wesley, what that does, it creates a huge gap between the 15 and the 82.
Lap 118 last time Nate Maurer pitted. Lap 166 for Hunter Parsons. Same for Newton a lap later. 3 laps to go here at The Rock. And now Adam Newton is turning up the afterburners. He is running down the leader. Tyler Dittmer running out of time down the back straightaway for 3 to go as they go to 3.
Throw up those 3s. Rest in peace to Dale Earnhardt, because with 3 laps to go, we're going to eliminate 6 drivers in just a few laps. Hunter Parsons takes us across the line, makes it 2 laps to go into 1 and 2.
2 to go. Down into the 1 corner. Adam Newton looking inside, looking outside, and yes, there will be lap traffic as a factor for the final lap for Parsons and Newton. He works into turn number 3. This time by William Tiller, he comes to the line. He'll look for the the Darren Snell gun repair. White flag, 1 more lap to go at The Rock. Who's going to the fast 14?
Our stage number 2 winner, Hunter Parsons, in that 15, trying to become the second driver locked into the top 14. He'll take us into 3 and 4. Wesley, he has been rocking and rolling here tonight.
Rivera lap truck up the hill. Does he have enough to advance to the Fast 14? Meanwhile, Hunter Parsons, number 2 seed. He will advance by points, but he just says, let's add a win to it. First win of the year for the number 15. Hunter Parsons wins the NRE Power Systems 200 at the Rock. Adam Newton will finish in second. What a good run for Adam Newton. Again, strategy-wise, he was number 1. These guys, William, were going to go to the playoffs. They were going to go to the next round. But bottom line, they want to win. You want to win. That is the personality. That is the character that they have. Oh, and by the way, William, Nate Maurer, though he got passed, he still gets third. He went the distance. Used up his tires, but he went the distance on fuel.
He absolutely did, Wesley, and I know we love stats here as we're watching him burn it down, Hunter Parsons, with that first win on the season. This is the stat line for the 15 machine here so far this season. 16 starts, 3 poles, 1 win, 7 top 5s, and now 10 top 10s on the season for that 15 machine. Hunter Parsons could be the clear favorite, Wesley, for that championship hunt.
Here's your results tonight for the NRE Power Systems 200. Hunter Parsons is the winner over Adam Newton, who came up just shy by about a quarter of a second. Then you got Nathan Maurer finishing third. Maurer went the distance on fuel. Obviously, we saw him conserving, but the fresher tires were Parsons and Newton, and they passed him like a lost cause. Tyler Dittmer, the regular season champ, will end the run for a championship in the run at the end of the Fast 20. He will not advance to the Fast 14. He is out. Justin White 5th, Kerry Tribute 6th, Blake Lothian 7th, Ed Osborne 8th, Joey Stiers, Brady LaBeouf, I believe William Tiller have put themselves in a top 10 finish to at least advance to the Fast 14.
Yeah, and this is where it gets interesting for me, Wes. I was watching it on that final lap. Raul Meza was inside of the top 10. Final lap gets knocked out of the top 10. He was 1 point shy of the top 14. Zach Hartwick held that last spot. He had a bad race, as well as the 22 machine of Brennan Broadfoot, who held those last 2 spots. But let's look at the rest of that field, though. Raul Meza 11th, Jose Luis Rivera 12th, Lance Miller 13th, Jeffrey Johnson Jr. 14th. Jason Morales in that 5 finishes 15th. Tyler Daniels 16th. Brennan Broadfoot in that 22. I just mentioned his name there, 17th. Jacob Klinker in that 1 needed a good run here tonight. He could be all but eliminated in that chase. Finishes 18th. Steve Burnett 19th. Joey Doucette in the top 20.
21st, Brandon Bullock. All these guys multiple laps down. Hartwick, Chew, Morris, Hammond, top 25, Kynes, Blanchard. That's the way that all wraps up here. Thanks to TJ Moore, the race director. Cody Nod is our producer. William Tiller, I'm Wesley Outland, and when we come back, we will grab the top 3, our top 3 drivers, Parsons, Newton, Maurer. Before we sign off, hopefully we can give you the 14 drivers that will advance to the next round. That kicks off next Monday night at Milwaukee Mile. Don't go anywhere. Nazareth-Racing.com if you'd like to be a part of the North American Sim Racing Association as well. We're back at Moment from the Rock as, of course, again, Hunter Parsons gets his first win of the year in the final cutoff playoff race in the round of 20. Welcome back to the NRE Power Systems 200 at the Rockingham. Wesley Outland, William Tiller alongside. The race in the books, and the winner is Hunter Parsons. We'll grab a word with him in just a moment. But, William, we're going to go now and grab the third place man, Nathan Maurer. And I got to tell you, Nathan, what a bold strategy. I know you ran out of tires on this abrasive track, but for third place, man, you did any and everything you could to put that truck in the podium. I know you wanted to win a race, but you know you're going to the next round of the 14.
Yeah, we actually did have a set of tires left there. I chose
Really?
Yes, I did. I knew I had enough fuel just to the end there. So because I pitted there with that one caution came out there in that final stage. I pitted and just stayed a little bit. I knew I was either going to finish third or have a really good chance at winning the race after everybody pitted and the caution would come out. And it just didn't play in my favor, but I'm happy with the P3. And we kept a clean truck for having to start in the back, so I'll take a P3 here.
William Tiller.
Yeah, and Nathan, we have you finishing third here. As Wesley mentioned, you're moving on to that Fast 14. Anything you can take from tonight's race that maybe you can apply towards that Milwaukee Mile? Of course, not the same track, but sort of similar layouts.
You're gonna have the guys that dive bomb just like you do here. You're gonna have to be careful. You gotta be careful with some guys here on this track. But no, I'm hoping that my momentum's gonna keep going now. I finally got I had to move my racing rig like 3 times in like 2 weeks. I had some big family changes. So I finally got everything all back to how I wanted it yesterday. Got it all back to normal, and tonight shows it. I think I got 2 fourth places in a row, but now third place. So hopefully we can crack off some wins like we did last season. So I'm just hoping that the momentum keep going.
Nathan, thank your sponsors in this last question, but hands down, man, it's going to get tougher from here for a run to the championship, ain't it?
It's gonna get harder and harder each round. Some guys know how to race so they can make it to the next round because they know that they easily can, so they don't race that hard. I think some guys that didn't finish in the top 3 tonight, you're gonna see battling for wins here in upcoming weeks. But thanks to my sponsors, Redneck Nation, all my teammates, yes, everybody, all you guys up in the booth for spending your Monday nights up here, Brady for running, everybody does a great job, Tyler, everybody. Have a good night, guys.
Nate Maurer will finish in the number 3 spot tonight for the 971, and make no question about it, he will be one of those drivers that will advance to the Fast 14 coming up next week at the Milwaukee Mile. Let's go now to the runner-up of the race. He will settle for the 2nd spot of the event. It is Adam Newton. Adam was strong in the first stage, looked really good, made a run, made a rally. Adam just 1 spot shy. Were you thinking there were going to be a late race caution flag? Obviously, it didn't happen that way. But man, what a battle between you and Parsons. But you're in the number 1 spot of the playoffs. I know you were looking for a win. You said that when we interviewed you earlier at the end of the stage break. But what's your take of the finish of this race and being second?
I'll take it. I didn't like the unnecessary contact at the end of stage 2. That really screwed me. I had 30 seconds of damage, but still to be able to lay 8 laps and get a 2nd place, I'm not too upset. I mean, it is what it is. Just wish drivers would have more respect when leaders come through.
And you're referring to lap traffic, am I correct, Adam?
Yeah, that, and then Hunter made an evasive move and door slammed me right at the line for the 2nd stage, and that basically killed my truck. But I couldn't get any damage fixed, but we made do. I'll take a 2nd place. I ain't gonna complain about it. Keep moving on.
William Tiller.
Yeah, as we look at this race here tonight, 2nd place, not bad. Adam, as Wesley mentioned, though, you're the top dog in this race. And I mentioned that you climbed to the top of the power rankings. Do you think you're one of the favorites here towards that championship hunt, or is it basically just you and Hunter Parsons, basically, like I said on the broadcast, Ali versus Tyson here towards the end?
I don't even think it's necessarily that. I mean, it just depends on how the guys drive. If they drive with common sense, it might be a good race. It's a catch-22. You don't know who's going to be good on what night. I think it's definitely going to be a dog fight, but yeah, gotta just count your blessings and make it to the next stage right now.
Well, thank these sponsors in closing, Adam. But I asked the same question to Nate Maurer, and I kind of just got kind of your sentiments on it. Is patience going to go out the window even on your part with some of the crazy driving that you had done to you, or is it, we going to see this in the final remaining weeks to determine the champion possibly?
No, not on my part. It's not my driving style. I'm not that kind of driver. I like to be smooth and calculated. Um, and moving forward, it's going to be the guy that's got the cleanest truck to make it to the end. Um, we've already seen what a big track like Auto Club does. I mean, look how it was in the Bush, the Friday night series. It was a wreck fest. Um, but we just take one race at a time and try to make it to the next round and go from there.
Sponsors, buddy. We'll see you at the next one.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, before I thank my sponsors and whatnot, I want to give a shout out, to Joey Doucette and his mom. Mama Doucette, I hope you get better. We're thinking about you. We got you in your prayers. I want to thank Millie's Restaurant Catering, A's Lawn and Landscaping, Dan at DSR Electric, thank you, bud. Jersey Smoke Shop, The Family Man, Darren's Nail Gun and Repair, Ladanco, Jeff Sickles, Blake, Adam, Brian, Justin, Steven, everybody that makes my stuff go around. And y'all, thank y'all for doing our show tonight, and for Brady doing everything he does.
All right. Well, there you go. There's the thoughts of Adam Newton. He'll finish second and obviously being the number one seed. Will advance to the next round in the Fast 14. But I love getting his thoughts on the subject, William. And now let's go to Victory Lane. And Hunter Parsons is the man that picks up the win. Hunter, a little bit of frustration from Adam Newton in the way you ran him at the end of the second stage. But you had to do what you had to do. And obviously, you get your first win of the year. Congratulations on your take of surviving the rock.
Yeah, first off, I don't like racing people like that. Um, didn't mean to get into him and give them that little bit of damage. But like I kind of listened to his interview. That's not how we want to race for wins and stuff like that. But I'm fully prepared for the last couple weeks here. We're going for a championship. Gonna have to just elbows up and try and not give up track position when possible. So first off, I hope him and I we're good. We talked a little bit after, and we'll keep racing each other hard throughout the rest of the season. But yeah, took way too long to get that first win of the year.
Hunter, if I may, I want to ask you here, as Wesley just kind of propositioned it with a question about Adam Newton. As you guys go through these playoff races, both you guys are going to be at the top side of the top side of the points table. Both you guys are going to have wins here in these playoff races. Is there less stress heading into each week, knowing that you're at the top of the points table, and it's almost like that Fortnite or Warzone ring that's closing in on you guys, and you guys are safely in the bubble?
I'd like to say yes, but just when you think that, it's gonna go horribly wrong and not your way. We saw that in the Real Cup Series here with Truex, who is your regular season championship winner, and he's fighting to stay alive in these rounds. But sitting atop the points with Adam there, it definitely does help ease the little bit of concentration and focus. You just need to be there at the end of the races, get some stage points here and there, and just kind of learn and cruise throughout. Um, in no way do I feel like it's a must-win situation every round, but we just got to stay alive and survive to the end of each race.
Well, I mean, Hunter, statistically, you were going to go to the next round of the playoffs, but is it like what me and Will kind of hinted on throughout the broadcast at the Rock? You want to double, you want to win.
Yeah, for sure. I've had a lot of races this season where I've pit under green and it came to bite me in the butt. Just some stupid mistakes or just a late race yellow that I didn't need to see. Um, so I finally just wanted to throw it all away and just start fresh here in the playoffs, going into the next round and just try and get a win here, which came down to a green flag pit stop that I was very hesitant on making, but very glad I did with that 3 or 4 laps to go. So very happy with with how that finally worked out in our favor.
Final question. Thank your sponsors, and me and William will unveil the Fast 14 before we get off the air here. Man, do you feel like some of the things that happened tonight might come back to bite you between you and Nate Maurer and Adam Newton, and of course, just the battles throughout the season? The old cliche, drivers don't forget.
Yeah, I definitely believe in that kind of thing. But as Adam kind of mentioned, that's not how he runs. Nathan and I, we've had our difficulties to say in the past. But hopefully we can kind of put it behind us and keep running towards the end of the season. But I know, and I know, when it starts getting down to it, shit's gonna get wild, and it's gonna get exciting to watch. That's for sure.
All right, buddy. Thank your sponsors and congratulations to you.
Thank you. First off, I didn't know anything about it, but listening to Adam, Joey, and his mom, not quite sure what's going on, but thoughts to them. Really like Joey. He's a really good friend and teaching me a lot here. You guys up in the booth, everyone at HLR, guys at Joe Gibbs Racing, Blanchard's Towing, R1 Works, 101 Designs for the badass rap here in the playoffs, and then just again, you guys for being here every week. I hope we can keep putting on some good races for you.
Going to be fun, going to be wild, and of course, to final elimination race in the Fast 20 round 1. Hunter Parsons gets it done and gets his first win of the year. Thank you, Hunter.
Thank you.
All right, so before we get off the air here, the final 14 to the next round have been unveiled at the conclusion of tonight's race at Rockingham. And before we unveil the top 14 in the standings, William, let's quickly just tell you who's out. And the first one that's out is going to be, of course, the driver of Tyler Dittmer. Disappointing, the regular season champion will not go for a championship in the playoffs. Tyler Dittmer is out. Clinkhart, a valiant effort tonight at the Rock. He is out. Zach Hartwick is out. Brian Chu, who made that brave bonsai move that looked like he was coming for the win at the end of stage 2. He is eliminated. South Carolina's Robert Richards is out, and so is Sean Hamilton. Your take on those 6 drivers, their season coming to an end.
Wesley, what jumps out to me, of course, it's going to be the obvious looking at our regular season champion at Tyler Dittmer in that 34. But what stands out to me in these elimination of these 6 drivers, we have 3 winners that will now be eliminated from that championship hunt. You're looking at Tyler Dittmer, who has a win on the season. Zach Hartwick has a win on the season as well. And Robbie Richards has a win on the season. So all 3 of those guys, and we know wins come at a scarcity here in this series, with Adam Newton being our top dog with only 2 wins on the season, Wesley. And one of those came in these playoff races. So it's just a shame to see 3 guys who have checkered flags on the season did great coming in. Seasons are going to be over with. I think for me, biggest disappointment, if you will, of course, Tyler Dittmer in that 34. I thought Jacob Clinkhart had a good run this season, and Brian Chu just never had the results that he needed to get through. Only, 1 top 5, 1 top 10 all season long, Wesley. So just not enough for these guys here at the tail end of that point.
And you know what? Maybe a desperation move by Brian Chu. And if that would have been stage number 3, I could understand the point of doing it. In stage 2, he could have wadded up a lot of trucks. Really could have, for sure.
Right.
So again, we mentioned Tyler Dittmer, defending the regular season champion. He is out of the playoffs. Clinkhart, Hartwick, Chu, Richards, Hamilton eliminated. The Fast 14 that will remain and will go into the next round, beginning at Milwaukee Mile, include, obviously, William, Adam Newton. Even though he didn't win, he's been consistent. He's still in the number 1 spot. 3 points back is Hunter Parsons. But here's the key of what we talk about, your playoffs and your stages and your points, because everything resets, as you know, just like NASCAR does. And NASRA tries to follow that same formula, and it will probably be looked over again. These bonus points is what are the deciding factor. And you go now with Nate Maurer, who is 38 back to Newton, tied with Joey Stiers in fourth. Joey Doucette, by the way, prayers to Joey, whatever Joey's going through with his mother, he still will advance. 42 back, 43 back, Kerry Tribune, 444 back, Brady LaBeouf, and I had the top 7. William, you can give 8 to 14. But you see a pattern here. The drivers that did really good in stage points, in the stages, locking up playoff points, that's why the points are staying as they are.
Yeah, exactly. Look at Lance Miller quietly having a great season. He'll move through in that 8th spot. Justin White, great race here tonight, Wesley. I was watching that 2 machine. He moves up to 9th, moving into the next round. Jason Morales, quiet season for that 5. We'll see him in the next round as well in that 10th spot. Jose Luis Rivera is going to move through. Raul Meza, we talk about all the bad misfortune, all the bad luck that 37 has. He gets through to the next round. Brandon Bullock as well in that 17. Brandon Broadfoot in that 22 will get our last spot. And I know it's sort of a running joke here in Nazareth, the 22 machine of Brandon Broadfoot. But guys, I don't think you can laugh at him now. He's one of the top 14 drivers here in the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series. So, I mean, and then you look at those points. Tyler Dittmer misses out by 2 points, Wesley, on that top 14. And what stands out to me about our Fast 14, you're looking at some guys that are just quietly sneaking up that haven't really blown up yet, if you will. You're looking at Lance Miller in that 22. He's been very consistent. You're looking at Joey Doucette. He was a final championship 6 last season. So Jason Morales as well. So there's some names I don't think have really risen yet, Wesley, and we're in playoff races. So if some of these guys get hot, we could be looking at some stiff competition for Hunter Parsons and Adam Newton.
By the way, a couple other names I want to mention. Flawless efforts tonight here at The Rock. Though they didn't set the world on fire, Jose Luis Rivera, Raul Meza, overcome problems, overcome being a part of accidents to advance into the round of 14. And the Brandons, Brandon Bullock and Brandon Broadfoot. And I don't even think Brandon Broadfoot was here to, those guys were not even up in the front runners, if you will. Consistency, though. Being in the back, just doing what they need to do. Lance Miller, Justin White, some of these names that if things could have went bad, it could have went worse. But just literally consistency points racing, I think, put them into the Fast 14.
Yeah, and you also look at the team championship aspect of this, Wesley. You look at Warrior Racing Esports with 3 drivers that make it in: Jose Luis Rivera, Raul Meza, Brandon Bullock. Then you also look at Brute Force Motorsports with Kerry Tribune, Nathan Maurer, and Justin White. So you have both of those teams with 3 drivers now in the top 14. And we talked about that new team of Highline Racing that was being led by Tyler Dittmer in that 34, Wesley. They're putting 2 trucks in the Fast 14 as well, with Hunter Parsons and Jason Morales. So a lot of storylines as far as the team standings go as well.
It'll be fun to watch them, no doubt about it, next week. And again, the round of 14 will begin at the Milwaukee Mile. Well, William Tiller, your final take on everything, buddy. Always fun working with you. Great job as always, sir. And, 6 are eliminated. We're down to 14, and the run to the championship for Season 2 of the NASRA Stem Racer Hub Truck Series rolls on, bud.
No, I'm just excited to head to the next round at Milwaukee Mile. Only 2 races there in round number 2. I know we had 3 here in this first round. It gets down to 2, so every race means more, folks. So we invite you to tune back in next week. If not, catch us Monday night here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, we want to send all of our prayers and positive vibes to Joey Doucette and his family. Again, that we were unaware of any issues there. We also want to shout out Adam Newbert as well, last season's defending champion. We wish he was in this field here tonight. We also want to shout out our former producer here, Adam Flieger, for everything that he has going on here. And Wesley, it wouldn't be a Monday night if it wasn't for the sponsors as well, including SimRacerHub.com, including Glass Mechanic and ServPro, who has gotten their money's worth this season, Wesley, as we look forward to the next round of the playoffs.
On from the Rock till the Milwaukee Mile next Monday. As a matter of fact, my next iRacing obligation is at Milwaukee Mile, so it'll be an opportunity to really get acquainted with that racetrack. It should be exciting. The oldest racetrack in America, believe it or not, is the Milwaukee Mile, and that is where the Fast 14 playoffs will fire up next Monday night. For Brady LaBeouf, as well as TJ Moore, Cody Dodd did a phenomenal job in production. For William Tiller, I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations to Hunter Parsons, winner tonight at the Rock in the NRE Power Systems 200. And of course, 14 drivers continue their quest in season 2 of a NASRA championship. Good night. And thank you for joining us.